So, $4.8 billion acquisition. Not too bad, right? So today we're going to talk about the $4.8 billion acquisition. Let's get to it. So today we're going to go through something really cool, is that the fact that buying businesses is buying businesses. The size doesn't really matter in this case in the end of the day. Like the same businesses that I see a lot of our community people buy. So today I'm going to show you how it's pretty cool and how you can see a lot of similarities in a $4.8 billion acquisition and even a smaller one that you might be looking for right now. And sorry about the lighting. I don't know how it looks like in the camera right now that I'm recording, but apparently when you move a country every now and then, the electricity is different. So I need to struggle with that sometimes as well. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, for all of us, the dream at some point, I think, is kind of like take a company public and tick that box in our dream to-do list, in our bucket list, right? Now, some of you might say, hey, $4.8 billion acquisition, forget about that. Give me whatever, $10,000 a month first in free cash flow to my pocket. Some of you might say, hey, $4.8 billion acquisition, that's nothing, man. What is that? That's no money at all. But either way, I think for all of you might agree with me that even having few points, few percentages in a deal like that, in a $4.8 billion company, might be cool extra to your net worth, right? And that's before like serious talk, actually the impact that you have when you have an involvement in a company like that. It's actually pretty fascinating. Like when you look at the biggest companies in the world, you can like them or hate them, but the impact that they're having on the world is just insane. And I really hope that all of us, including me, are going to have this opportunity to have this amazing impact at such scale. I think that we can all just strive for that, and I think that's what's really cool at being an entrepreneur and in this world of capitalism, that everyone have pretty much equal opportunities to some degree at least, especially in the Eastern world. So I think it's something really, really cool that we can all really strive to get to. Now, you're probably already asking, what is that $4.8 billion acquisition? So we're obviously talking about the Open Door SPAC, which we're going to get into in a second. And what is a SPAC? Maybe a little bit talking about Open Door. It's been all over the news and I'm pretty excited to talk about it. I've read about it quite a while. It's fascinating, the story, the entrepreneurs, the investors, and right now the sponsor, the entrepreneur that took that SPAC public. It's pretty fascinating. Now think about Open Door for a second. If you're an entrepreneur, you should definitely admire someone like that, or at least appreciate the work that went through building something like that. Even if the owner, the founder at least, isn't 100% the owner of the business, it's probably diluted very much at this point. I think probably less than 20%, I assume. I didn't see the exact numbers. But even that, like, just the fact that you can build something like that from scratch and come with the idea and bring in the capital and bring in the right team members and create that daily operations, the machine that basically builds such a company, I think it's a huge appreciation and admiration. And the entrepreneurs there, the founder and the operations in the team should definitely tap themselves on the back, I guess. Now I hope you understand how insane it is to get to that point of success. Like, to get to that level, that's like 0.001% to have such a successful company. Most of the companies fail, and Open Door is a company that started from scratch, right? So they went out there, they had an idea, they raised capital from venture capital firms. So to get to that level as a business, as an entrepreneur, it's almost like becoming the next LeBron James. So the fact that people out there are getting there, someone with not necessarily wealthy background, I think it's really inspiring. And who knows, maybe we can do something like that with acquisitions.com as well soon. Now, I want you to understand for a second what's on stake, like to get to that point. Like to get to that point where you own a business that's doing hundreds of millions a year in sales, in revenues. It's like 24/7. You gotta live, breathe, eat, wake up, sleep, everything that business. Like that should be your life. You need to sleep, eat, shower that business. If that's not your life, you can't expect to get there. I don't know anyone who got that level of success without that level of dedication, almost obsession, and to a degree of like, I'm gonna give all of it, everything to that business, to that purpose that isn't just money at that point. Like, to build something so massive, the entrepreneurs, the values in the business, the operations can't be just about money. It's gotta be about something bigger, about having a vision and values and beliefs that are much bigger than just like, let's make few more shekels and put them in our bank account. Like you'll see some of the people in the management team in there, they already made a lot of money. They're not there just for the money. They're there to play the game. They want to play with the big guys. They want to change industries. They want to change the world. They want to make an impact. Like their art, it's like creating something from nothing. That's what real entrepreneurship is about. That's what I believe, at least. And I can tell you personally, lately, I've never been so obsessed and dedicated to what I'm doing. And it's just the beginning. Hopefully soon you'll be able to see some of those things. So what happened with that Open Door acquisition or SPAC? So basically, there's this guy, amazing guy by the way, that I suggest all of you to follow, Chamath. Probably better that I won't say his last name because I don't want to offend him. If there's 1 out of a million chance that he'll watch this video, but I respect this guy so much. Like, I've listened to so many of his interviews and talks, and he's coming from such a humble place, but he got so much certainty and a bit of a sarcasm to him that I admire him so much. So I won't say his last name just to for whatever reason not make him feel bad if he's gonna watch it at some point in his life or my life. But anyway, what he did, he basically went out there and created a SPAC. He made this money, at least to begin with, from Facebook. So he was one of the earlier employees in Facebook, if I don't get it wrong. So he made few shekels from Facebook. When I'm saying few shekels, I'm talking like in the billions. So he's a known billionaire. By the way, did you watch the Social Dilemma movie on Netflix? Such a fascinating movie. I watched it on double speed, by the way, so I felt pretty productive while I was doing that, but seriously fascinating. A bit sidetracked here, but such a fascinating movie on how right now all the social media platforms are dividing us so much as a culture. So fascinating. If you didn't watch it, definitely check it out. Anyway, so he comes in and do a SPAC. A SPAC is basically a special purpose acquisition company. So Chamath was basically the sponsor in the deals, the entrepreneurs creating the SPAC. He went out there, he registered the company, and what he's going to do, he did already. He basically went out there, raised capital, and he can go out there to investors and tell them, hey, look, I got this company. This company sole purpose is to go out there and buy a different company, and we're going to list that special purpose acquisition company as a listed company. That listed company is going to go out there and buy a company that I'll pick and choose, and then we're all going to make a lot of money, hopefully, if we're going to buy a good company. And if I'm not going to buy that company within a certain period of time, which I think is around 18 months or something like that, I don't remember the exact details, but around 2 years, if he's not able to make that investment in the company based on his thesis of the company that they want to invest in, then he can return the money back to the investors. And I believe a nice chunk of the investment is coming from his pockets, probably around the 20%, as the syndicators, the sponsors, the entrepreneur in the deal, whatever you want to call it. So the purpose with this SPAC is basically to create a public entity. It's a faster process to go public versus like the traditional IPO route. And what they did, they raised the capital, they bought Open Door, and hopefully it's going to work much better than what happened in Nikola right now, which seems like a mess. But yeah, that's another side note. Anyway, so you raise capital from investors, you look for a company, you buy it, and hopefully it's a win-win for everyone, for the entrepreneurs who own the business, for the entrepreneur who created the SPAC, for the investors, and obviously you then also open the company for retail investors that can invest in that company and hopefully be part of the upside of the growth of that business. So when he did the SPAC, obviously the company gotta be kind of like public ready, right? So obviously they gotta have all the financials in place and all the legals and audited financials and all those things to go public. Plus you skip all the mess with investment bankers that kind of like take sometimes a lot of money, too much money with those IPOs, with those traditional IPOs. Bill Ackerman, I don't know if you heard the name, he basically did a SPAC as well, but as far as I know, he didn't buy a company yet. So what he did, he raised capital. His purpose is to go and buy another company, but he didn't buy any company yet, unless you want to watch it at a moment that he already did it. There was, from what I heard, he talked with Airbnb, but I assume that they didn't take it because they probably think a bit longer term, and he's kind of like known as let's make money right now, but I don't know the details. I don't have any inside information, I promise. If you want to learn more about SPACs, by the way, we're going to put probably a link somewhere below. Bill Gurley, which is one of the best, if not the best investors in the world, created a great article about that. So probably worth checking it out if you're interested in exploring it a bit more. Now, if you're not familiar with Open Door, what they're doing is basically they're, as far as I understand right now, they're buying real estate and then they're selling it right away. So they're kind of like flipping real estate, but at much higher scale than some of the real estate flippers you see out there. That's the business model. Now, the thing when going public is basically you open all your cards, right? You can't hide anything, all your financials, all the information about the business, kind of like your business plan, your goal, your values, everything about your business is basically out there in public. But I assume it was really worth it for them. First of all, because they're going to work with Chamath, which I think is a great opportunity for any entrepreneur. I think it's kind of like a dream. Plus, as a public company, you have so much benefits like access to different financing, which for them is crucial. If they're buying real estate, they need access to a lot of financing to scale, if it's debt financing or more equity. It's a great opportunity to bring in great talent and kind of give great employees options or stocks in public company. And obviously the currency, right now you have a liquid stock that you can use for more acquisitions, which I'm sure they're going to use as well. So if you hear Chamath interviews, he's saying that this business is going to be like $50 billion business. Now, obviously, he's a bit biased, but I believe the guy. He saw a few good businesses, go really well. He also did a SPAC with Virgin Atlantic or Galactic, one of them, one of the Branson's brands that want to go to the stars as well. So I'm going to invest some money in it. I like the guy, I like the business, I like the team in that business. There are some amazing talents in there that I'm sure any entrepreneur and business owner would love to have some of those people on his team. So I believe in them. I think they're going to kill it. I hope for them that will kill it. Like, they look like amazing people, great team with kind of like, just trying to build something amazing and create an impact on their sector. Now remember, this is not an investment advice for any one of you. Whatever you're going to invest, like, make your own decisions. I'm just going to invest very little money out of my own portfolio just for fun. I think it's fun to diversify and not even diversify, just to play with some of those things and businesses that you believe in, because it's kind of going to give you excitement to look at some of those really exciting companies out there. And obviously, I'm not going to bet against Chamath. I don't think anyone's smart enough to do that. So that's the $4.8 billion acquisition. Now, our clients at acquisitions.com are doing amazing deals in a similar process. They're basically creating entities, usually just like 1 or 2 weeks before they close the deal. But it's a similar process. You go out there, you look for great business that you want to buy, you create an entity, you raise capital from banks, from investors, and then there's a win-win situation for everyone. Obviously, as long as you buy a good business and you know how to operate it and you know how to negotiate and how to even find a good deal and know what is a good deal. So I hope you enjoyed some of the information here. I hope all of you are going to do $4.8 billion acquisitions. I think that's what's cool with capitalism. It just gives so much opportunity for so many people. I mean, as long as you can watch this video and you have access to the internet and you probably have a roof above your head, hopefully, like, be thankful for that and don't have any excuse. Go out there, learn the process, work hard, and hopefully all of us are going to do $4.8 billion acquisitions very, very soon. Especially now, everyone is at home right now, so no excuse. I mean, if before that you had excuse, I'm here, he's there, now everyone's working at home. And if there's something I learned about myself during that kind of like quarantine times, is that I can wear the same shirt quite a while before doing anything with it, and it's pretty fun actually. So go out there, do some acquisitions, get yourself $4.8 billion acquisition, and let me know when you did it. And guess what? You can't get that deal done by watching this video, and I can't get this deal done by recording this video for you. So I'm gonna get back to work. I hope you do as well after you subscribe and comment below on what other videos you want me to talk about. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.